why. I had to get on carpool line.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I want to
artwork.
make sure I record our call today. So we're recording. It's Tuesday, November 21st. And today we're going to talk all about an awesome topic, CSFs and tracking them. Because everybody loves doing that. That's why everybody's been turning them in, and it's been fabulous.
Yes.
Actually, I want to congratulate Maria Hayden for turning in her CSF tracker 3 weeks in a row, completely filled out. And by completely, it's really not that hard, Maria, right? You just fill totals, things you're already writing down. She's just putting them in the tracker, her totals for the week. Mm-hmm. And she's being honest. And sometimes honesty is hard to admit. And that's why a lot of people don't do that or they don't track. But this is going to be a great new habit. And I really congratulate Maria for doing that. So yay, Maria.
Thanks. I will say though, like, honestly, it's not a matter of like you policing us either. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a matter of you know, a boss. I think for me at least, like, it's really been eye-opening to like be truthful myself about what I'm doing and not try and make up then later on. That's just how it works for me. But it's not about, you know, like doing it for the right, like, because we want to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm so glad you brought that up, because the whole micromanagement thing, I think that was in one of the videos I watched. I don't remember if that was in one I sent to you guys or I watched personally. But the whole point isn't to micromanage. It's for you to see your ratios and for us to have a better conversation. I have conversations with most of the leaders on this call, and if I'm not having a conversation with you, then somebody's having a conversation with you. So nobody can help coach anybody unless you know what you're coaching them on. So Maria might be super awesome at her calls. She may make her calls every single day. And I'm just saying this for example.
Yeah.
This is a fake scenario. But she may never set up one-on-ones. And for me, I can go, that's so awesome. I am so glad you're making calls every day, because that's a super huge part of our business. But tell me a little bit more about one-on-ones. Why aren't you scheduling those, or are you asking people for those, or what do those phone conversations look like? Maybe she doesn't get any reaches. Maybe she makes all her calls. She sets up one-on-ones, but on a regular basis, she's not getting her reaches. That could be a topic for us to talk about, and for an area of weakness that we could, and it might just be a little bit of language. My business coach, for example, when I first started tracking my CSS, she's like, wow, you are rocking it, making all your calls every single day. But tell me a little bit more about your reaches, because I was like getting like 1 reach a day versus like 4 or 5 or even more, or even the minimum of 3. And she said, tell me what you're saying on the phone. And it all came down to the mystery messages. She's like, you're saying way too much. You're giving away the whole kit and caboodle. You're leaving long, lengthy voicemails. Here, can I teach you a new way to try making your phone calls? And when she taught me the mystery message thing, all of my reaches started to come in. That just worked for me, and it may not work for everybody, but she gave me a way to try and fix that problem and start focusing more on how to be better at getting reaches. So that's the only way that we can help. We can help you, and it's the only way. And guys, this isn't for me to you. This is the only way you're going to help your team. So if you're on a coaching call, I know Abby does coaching calls. Maria, I know you do coaching calls. Jacqueline does. Amy does. I think everybody in our tribe, Julie and Laura as well. You all talk to different people on your team, and several of those people you have regularly scheduled calls with. Those regularly scheduled calls are so much more effective if you know what you're honing in on, and you can really see the area of weakness. Yes, everybody wants to have 1 million recruits and sell thousands of dollars and, you know, have this rockin' business. I mean, we all want that. Even if our goals aren't lofty, we still would all like that, I think. But the only way we're going to be able to help each other out is by looking at the numbers, because that's what it comes down to. You can say you want to recruit all you want, But the only way you're going to recruit is by putting in that activity. And that's why that activity is so important. So does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Maria, so much for saying that. I so appreciate it. And then Abby, I want to congratulate Abby because she sent me her tracker 2 weeks, 2 out of the 3 weeks. So that's something to be excited about. It's definitely a new habit, and creating new habits is hard and in the beginning. So I definitely want to make sure I also empathize with all of you on that too. I understand that sometimes doing tracking is overwhelming because you may feel like you don't have time. You may feel like ignorance is bliss. Maybe some of you don't really want to know what you're not doing. And sometimes we think, oh my gosh, well, I don't really have a goal other than just sticking around here as a team leader. So I don't really need to track because I don't really have any other goal that's bigger than this. And tracking isn't just for people who have big goals. Tracking's just because you're an entrepreneur and you're a business owner, and that's what business owners do. And that's the only way business people can have meaningful conversations is by skilling up in areas and making yourself a better person. Because here's the deal, you guys. Being better at tracking your numbers and learning different areas of weakness and learning your areas of strength is going to help you be a better mom. It's going to help you be a better wife. It's going to help you be a better business owner. So these things that we learn through our CSFs actually help us just be a better person in general. So it doesn't matter if your goals are big or small. They're just there to be a better person. And learning, like I said, celebrating your strengths and learning where your weaknesses are. So that's that. What else do I want to make sure I go over with all of you? What questions do you guys have about the tracker in general, or any objections that you have?
I'll say one thing that I think why I tracked before, but I kind of stopped because, like, as a perfectionist, like if I couldn't keep track of every single, like, sharing the app or every single reach, or, you know, like, because people message all day long, it's not just like in that nice little hour. That got really frustrating because I just couldn't keep track of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And since it wasn't perfect, I just shut down and just didn't want to do it.
Right.
But I've just kind of tried to release that, and I get it as close as I can get it, and it's just not.
Right.
It's not gonna be perfect, but
it
is eye-opening though.
Yeah, no, I'm so glad you brought that up. That's such a good thing that you brought up, and actually I'd forgotten to make as one of our topics today, is you do want to get better and better at tracking and get more and more accurate, because accurate tracking is going to give us a more accurate picture of what's going on. I mean, in general. So yes, perfection is definitely, we never want to use the word perfection or perfect, but getting more accurate is definitely a skill. So I agree with you. I was like, oh my gosh. I remember talking to my coach, and I'm like, it's really crazy when my phone's blowing up like all day. And I'm like, okay, that was a reach. Oh my gosh, I forgot to go to my computer and mark down or go back to my notebook and go, oh my gosh, so-and-so got back to me. And it just took habit and practice. So now it's the second somebody reaches back to me, if I'm at home, I will stop what I'm doing and run to my computer. Or you can even get something like in Notes. You should be able to upload that Excel document into an app on your phone, or in Notes. You can just have like even a tally for the day, and just, you know, make a generic sheet. Like I could see you guys making a generic sheet in this like Notes section, and just have reaches, calls, bookings. So if you're on the go or whatever, you can just put tallies for the day, and then for the day, record it on that tracker or in your notebook or something. But yeah, it is. It's definitely going to take skill to keep up with it, because people are going to get back to you at all different times of the day. And even last night, I had 2 seconds to schedule a one-on-one. So I'd been trying to schedule a one-on-one with somebody. She flaked on me. Then I flaked on her, admittedly. And we didn't connect with each another. And then she private messaged me and said, hey, you want to do our one-on-one right now? And I'm like, yeah, give me 2 minutes and we're going to do our one-on-one. So I scheduled that one-on-one. When I got off the phone with her, I was able to had the one-on-one, I scheduled the one-on-one, boom, it was done. So they do happen, not in our perfect hour that we work our business every single day. That's where you're going to make room to just do the calls. And then all the other stuff does happen later. It might even happen the next day. You might say, oh, I reached out to Rebecca yesterday and she's reaching back to me on Tuesday. So you count that as a reach for Tuesday. But, you called them yesterday. So it's, and another thing that might be helpful to some of you is keeping the Excel doc just up as a tab on your screen on your computer so that it's always up and you can just put it in there. If you are more of a notebook person, just having your notebook more handy so you can write that down. But again, it takes practice, and we're not talking about perfect right now. We're just talking about you guys handing it in and getting it into me so we can have more meaningful conversations. And then you can have, when you get in the habit, you're going to have better conversations with your people, and you are going to be able to propose they do this same thing. But until you're in the habit, you guys, they aren't going to do it unless you get more, I don't like to use the word demanding, but I guess that it's more, you set that expectation that's what you want.
Well, expectation, I think too, and you just see the value in it. When you see the value in it, you'll be able to share that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because you're not like a bot.
That's why I wanted you guys to watch those 3 videos. They really do show you the value.
Yeah.
ESFs and why we're doing that. And it's definitely not micromanaging, because the last thing I really want to do, you guys, is look at your trackers. I mean, I'm going to be honest, that doesn't sound like the most fun part of my day. But when I do look at it, I can say, Abby, oh my gosh, you set up 3 one-on-ones for next week. Does anyone else have 3 one-on-ones for next week? Do you, Maria?
No, I have 1. That's it.
I don't have 3 one-on-ones set up for next week. So I don't think Julie, well, I don't know. Julie and Jacqueline and Laura and Amy aren't on the call. Maybe you all have one-on-one set up for next week, more than 3, then you beat Abby. So it is kind of fun for me to go, wow, you've got the most one-on-one set up out of all the leaders in the tribe. You go, girl. And that should hopefully make Abby feel good. If she can hear me right now. I don't know.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Good job, Abby.
There's glare on your face, so I can't see if you're smiling or not.
I am. Sorry.
No, you're good.
And the sun is coming in the car funny, but I'm sitting in, I don't know I'm not going to go outside, so I'm just going to stay right here.
Good for you. That's what carpool's all about.
Yeah.
So anyways, we are going to run a really fun contest before we wrap up today. If we are going to run 2 competitions. So the first competition is going to be for the person who sends in their tracker the most to me between now and the end of the year. We're going to start fresh because I know right now Maria Hayden's killing everybody. So we're going to, yeah, I can't give you a little head start there. So we're going to start fresh, starting with this Sunday through the end of the year. Whoever turns their tracker in the most, it's a very significant $30 gift card from me. And then we're also going to run a contest for the person who has the most calls on their tracker. Because I don't have like I wanted to print out what my tracker looks like so you guys could see. But on my tracker, it basically goes calls,
Reaches,
and it's like all in order. So I'm going to go in order with our little competitions each month. And so I'm kind of starting with calls, and then the person with the most reaches in the next contest period, and then the person with the most, the next one. I forget what the next one is, but they're all the categories. So we're going to have little competitions around that, and you guys can earn money for doing that. And maybe it won't always be money. Maybe I'll throw in Erin Condren planners or note cards or something like that too. So how does that sound?
Sounds good.
Yeah, thanks. Is that just for leaders or for our team members too?
I'm going to start with leaders because I feel like this really starts with you. And once I think that you all are in the habit and practicing this with your team members, then maybe we can open it up to like more of an LIT group or something like that, more of our business builders as well. But I think first, just like with the directors, they started with us on CSFs and we didn't really, we tried to teach you guys how to do it, but I think we're getting a little bit more of the hang of it and realizing the why behind it more now that we've had a lot of time with it and a lot of experience and a lot of success with it. I also wanted to share with you really quickly, because the directors have been doing this since July, we have had a lot of reports back from Henry on the results from those, just the CSFs. So they're able to actually pull our results because Henry actually can pull them from our trackers. And there was a list of about 10 of us who have significantly grown their business since the CSFs. I'm one of them. So me, Annie Alexander, Kathy McCool, Mandy Jarvie, Kim Casey, I'm going to forget people, Holly Cleese. Those are off the top of my head, have all grown their business by at least 10% and up to 30 and 40% since July.
Well, like
So,
you're talking PV or
in all categories.
in all categories.
In my team, I'm up 30% since the CSF, since I've been tracking and working with my coach. So the CSF tracking, as much as I'm like, oh, you guys, I'm just like you. I did not want to do it. And every day I'm just kind of rolling my eyes like, gotta put that in my tracker. But it does force me to sit down and make my calls. That's what I was doing before Abby got on the phone. It forces me to, because I do not want to be looking like a loser when I turn in my CSF tracker. Not that I will judge anyone, because I want you to be brutally honest with your CSFs.
I had a loser that week.
You are not a loser. You got 3 one-on-ones booked. That is very good. We celebrate the successes here. So we have to get in the habit of doing it, because it really does grow your business.
And hand it in, even if you don't meet all your goals, right? Each week, still hand it in.
That's the whole point, is to be brutally honest. If you have a week that's a shit week and you only called 5 people, I just want to see it. You just need to see that. You need to be brutally honest with yourself. No Wild Tree Police is going to come and get you. There will be no scolding. We will only celebrate your successes, and we will discuss where you need to scale up. And maybe if you only got 5 calls in that week, our next topic might be time management. Maybe that's a topic we should talk about. I'm just saying, for example. So it's really cool how it works, and really beneficial to you, and has nothing to do with me at all, and everything to do with how you're going to train your new upcoming leaders and team members, and your better them. So it's all a trickle-down effect. That makes sense. Does you guys feel better about it after talking it through like this? I know I did.
Yeah.
Once I kind of.
I watched the videos too, so that was helpful too.
What?
Yeah.
The videos were helpful too.
Oh, I'm so glad you guys watched the videos. Good job, Gold Star, for watching those. They are helpful. They were very helpful. And I've got more if you guys want more of them.
Yeah, those videos are good. You were sending them for a
quick.
while, but then I like how quick they are.
I'm always like, yes, it's only 6 minutes.
Watching it. A few stoplights down the main road, I come home. That's when I did it.
Oh, that's so funny. Don't get in an accident on account of watching videos, please.
No, it was just every stoplight. I'd watch it when the light turned green. I'd pause it and wait for the next red light.
Oh, that's so funny.
You can just listen to them too, I feel like.
Yeah, you really can. Listen to them, put your head
without watching them. Yeah.
For sure. But anyways, I hope you're excited about the contest. I will post that in the email, and I want to make sure that we keep this video short so people watch the playback. You guys good? Happy Thanksgiving. I love you guys. I am
Happy
thankful for
Thanksgiving.
each and every single one of you, and even the girls that aren't on the call. You absolutely know I love you all with all my heart. I think about you all every single day, and am so excited to see where this business is going to take all of us.
Awesome.
Yay.
Yay, love you. Mwah.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Bye.
Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Maria.